Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to some more MTG Arena laddering. Today, as previously, we are going to take one of the starter decks, upgrade it slightly, and then play a few games with it. This time is going to be the Legion of Dusk, the Vampire deck. I'm taking this in a bit of a different direction than I've seen most people playing on the ladder, and that is to be a bit more token-centric. We're running 2 Sky Marcher Aspirant, 1 Vicious Conquistador, and the limits on cards are basically, I don't have them. You know, I'm playing what I have and making do with what's available. But Vicious Conquistador is basically a 2-power creature for 1, because when it attacks, your opponent loses 1 life. 2 Adonto Vanguard, very aggressive vampire. For 2 mana, we have a 1/1, but when it's attacking, it's +2/+0, and we can pay 4 life to give it indestructible until end of turn. It is important to note that indestructible will not prevent it from dying from minuses such as Moment of Craving or Golden Demise, so don't pay life in response to those because you'll just be throwing your life away for nothing. 4 Martyr of Dusk because it replaces itself as well as having a decent body for 2. 2 Dusk Legion Zealot for card draw. 2 Legion Lieutenant for buffing. 4 Legion Conquistador because they fetch other Legion Conquistadors. You only need to play 1 and then you get all of the rest in your hand. 2 Mavrin Fane Dusk Apostle as kind of token generation on his own turn after turn if he sticks around. Whenever 1 or more of your non-token vampires attacks, then create a 1/1 white vampire with lifelink. Another token generator is Queen's Commission. We're playing 4 of those. For 3 mana, create 2 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink. 1 Radiant Destiny, because unfortunately that's all I have. We will certainly be calling vampire with this almost 100% of the time. That will buff our team, and then if we have the City's Blessing, they will also have Vigilance. 2 of Ketra's Monument, kind of playing into the token synergy a little bit more. It gives cost reduction to white creatures, you pay 1 less. However, when you cast any creature regardless of color, you also create a 1/1 white warrior with Vigilance. Not a vampire, but going extremely wide is what this deck is looking to do. 2 Cast Outs as removal, and we can also cycle it if there's no targets. 1 Ixalan's Binding as permanent answer to problematic threats such as the Scarab God. 1 Sanctum Seeker, again because I only have 1, same with Ixalan's Binding. 4 cost 3/4, whenever a vampire we control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. 2 Vraska's Contempt, because I was lucky enough to open another one in some packs this week, so we're throwing both of those in here. 2 Call to the Feast, create 3 tokens instead of 2 for only 1 more mana. Crested Sunmare, because we do have quite a bit of lifelink in this deck, and are able to trigger it pretty consistently. It's indestructible, and at the beginning of each end step, that's ours and theirs. If we've gained life, then we create a 5/5 horse. And 1 Champion of Dusk, a 5 cost 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, we draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of vampires we control. Our mana base is slightly changed. We've gone from the base 25 down to 24 because we've also lowered our curve fairly significantly. Running 1 Desert of the True, 9 Plains, 2 Sheffet Dunes for push-through damage, 1 Desert of the Glorified, and 9 Swamp, as well as 2 Forsaken Sanctuary. That is the deck list as it stands. Let's play a few games. Right, this is actually a pretty good hand. We've got turn 1 into turn 2, pretty aggressive. If we get an untapped land for turn 3, we've got Queen's Commission or Dusk Legion Zealot. We're definitely going to keep this. Alright. Also on the play, which is awesome for us. Alright. Don't think there's any 1 mana removal, but might as well be safe. Go ahead and attack before we play anything. We'll go with Martyr of Dusk. Think attempting to do as much damage as possible as quickly as possible is in our best interest. 2nd Queen's Commission's nice. Removal this turn. Yep, Moment of Craving, so that'll cancel out our damage for the turn. Let's go with the Zealot before we play our land. It's almost certainly going to be the Sanctuary. Yep, there we go. So, is opponent on mono black, or are they a controlled, or maybe they just have a really, really bad hand? Again, we're going to go to attacks first. They are stuck on 2 land. It's probably really good for us, especially if they have a second or even third color in the deck, because all they have is black available. Sure. Alright, so they gained 1 life this turn. However, we're going to start flooding the board. Hopefully they don't hit their 3rd land and then golden demise us. Okay, well, guess opponent did not draw a 3rd land. Alright, again a fine hand, not quite as aggressive as the last one, but we'll certainly keep it. We'll lead Martyr into Lieutenant. Hopefully the opponent will have no removal. Red with no play. This deck, as configured, does have a pretty good matchup against Mono Red and the other aggro decks, or it has so far for me. Magma Spray is a little unfortunate since we don't get our Vampire when it dies when that happens, because it's exiled. Alright, this is Mono Red. We need to get some of our life gain going. I think we're going to go with 2 creatures instead of the Lieutenant. Yep, Sunscorched Desert. So the question is here, do we want to block or not? Earthshaker Kinra. Okay, so Sky Marcher can't block. Okay, we're not going to be allowed. Fair enough. Takes the decision out of our hands. Desert of the True. So I think what we're going to do here is swing with the Conquistador. And then we'll play, or not the Vicious Conquistador and play the other Conquistador. They're tapped out, so just to save a little time. Oh wait, this is not what I thought it was. Play it tapped, please. Guess we are going to play the Lieutenant. Thought that was Chef at Dunes, didn't read the title there. So we'll attack with the Aspirant then. Now, if we are going to have a chance here, we do need to draw some of our life linking. Also, getting a second black for Vraska's Contempt would be very helpful. Alright, that's unfortunate. Insult. Damage can't be prevented this turn, right? Deals double damage. Well, we're certainly going to block then, because we're going to take 6 from this. And I think we've lost this one. Let's go for Conquistador. Yes, we will. Let's grab all of them. And we're going to not attack. Probably just dead anyway, to be honest, but... Alright, Phoenix. Just in time, we hit our second black and can contempt that. Again, no attacks. They do have injury in their graveyard and they can cast it. So if we attack with 1, then they can kill our other creature and clear the way. Harsh Mentor, not a huge issue for us. Ixalan's Binding. Well, we know they have no cards in hand. They have these in their graveyard. They're 1 mana from Earthshaker Kinra. I think we want to just play another Conquistador here. We could Ixalan's Binding, but I think developing our board is better for us. We'll keep everything open, since if they draw land, they can embalm, or eternalize rather. Well, there is a new one. And unfortunately, Ixalan's binding this does not stop them from eternalizing from their graveyard, as that doesn't count as casting the spell. Alrighty, going real low here. Probably just dead. See, as crazy as it sounds, we have to cast a Zealot. Let's not tap our one non-painful white source, please. Oh wait, that's not pain. Never mind, I'm being an idiot. Again, Shefet Dunes does pain when it makes colored mana. Well, that's very good if we can happen to live to play that. I have grave doubts that we shall be able to do that. Yep, that is the game. Good game, my friend. All they have to do is embalm that, make one of our things unable to block, any one of their creatures is lethal, we're dead. Alright, yeah, we will definitely keep this. Desert of the True, not Shefet Dunes. Please remember. Okay, target creature gains haste. I have not seen that guy in play before. We certainly will go with that. We may end up cycling this Desert of the True this game. Okay, so you're going to give that haste then? Is this in? I haven't played this red-white starter deck at all. I wonder if that is in it. I've not seen anybody else cast that. Alright, well, we will certainly go with Martyr of Dusk. Right, opponent hitting their land drops just fine. Hopefully there's no removal, especially Magma Spray. We want to at least get a token. Trial of Solidarity? Okay. Attacking with both? Well, we will certainly trade with this one. Take 5. Gives us a lifelink blocker as well. Or, you know, vampire. We can block or attack with it as we see fit. So, I think we're going to be best off this turn to go Conquistador. Go ahead and fetch out our other ones. And we're only going to take 2. Otherwise, we'll have to discard. And we are not going to attack. Oketra's Monument, so they are sort of on the same plan we are, it looks like. Let's see, do we want to play this or cycle it? We really need a second black. Let's start with Maverick Fane, and then we'll attack with our Conquistador to get a trigger off of Fane. Don't expect them to block here. I do think we want to have more lands in play, so we'll just play this. It's going to allow us to double spell next turn with Conquistador plus Vanguard or plus Zealot, Queen's Commission plus one of the 2 drops. Alright, trigger there, so they get a warrior. Okay. Several cards here I'm not super familiar with going on. So there's our Oketra's Monument, which is awesome. Let's go to combat. We'll attack with just our Conquistador. Get another trigger. Our tokens created by him are lifelink, which is a big advantage for us. Is our opponent going to trade? Alright, perfectly happy with that. Because we get to Monument plus... Ooh, yeah, plus Conquistador here. If it had reduced black creatures cost as well, we could have went Zealot into Vanguard. We will take that action. We have 1 left. Dauntless Avian. Okay. We'll try to be aware of that. We will go to combat here. And I'm actually going to swing with everything except for Maverick Fane. We're generating enough tokens now that having one get eaten is not going to be an issue for us. Yep, sure. Okay. Then we will go Conquistador. Decline. And we'll go Queen's Commission. Gives us the same amount of bodies overall and is more mana efficient. And that was enough. Alright, I am perfectly happy with this hand. We'll keep it. It's a little slow, little land heavy, but Oketra's Monument is so powerful. Alright, black from the opponent. Don't think we're going to wait for the monument to come online. We're just going to get things going. If things work out, we can Maverick Fane plus generate a token next turn. Hopefully opponent does not have removal. We're definitely going to go for that. Or if they do have removal, hopefully they use it on the Martyr and not Maverick. It looks like that's not going to be the case if they do have removal. Alright, lightning striking there. I don't know why you would do that instead of just killing Maverick Fane. He can trigger himself. Just go to attacks here. Okay, so they had double removal. That makes sense then. They must have had both in hand and just wanted to prevent damage that turn. Let's cast our Monument into Martyr. And hopefully we'll continue to draw some more creatures to trigger our Monument and start to flood the board. Rekindling Phoenix is a slight problem, but less so, I guess, with Legion Lieutenant. So we could swing, trade here. They would still get the Phoenix back. I think we're just going to pass the turn. We'll hold our lands for now. Hopefully they don't have a Braid, but there it is. I was kind of suspecting the way that it showed them looking at it. Doomfall, sure. Are we going to get smacked, or are you going to sit back and block? Looks like that they have built a fairly controlling black-red deck here. Well, they know we have swamps, so let's play one out. Play out our Vanguard. And again, we're just going to end the turn here. Drawing of Vraska's Contempt would be awesome for us. Glorybringer, much less so. Alright, this is not going well. Yep. Bye-bye, Legion Lieutenant. Alright, Conquistador helps. Let's attack with the Vanguard. Alright. I guess we will pay the 4 life. Actually, maybe that was a bad play. They will just get it back, and we don't have removal. Was kind of a bluff on my part. Was just hoping that they would think we had removal and let it come through, but oh well. Get our Conquistadors. Much less useful without the Monument. But at least we're flooding the board. Maybe we can draw our Radiant Destiny. Yep, end the turn, please. Luckily, Glorybringer does not untap because it was exerted. Angrath is also a bit of a problem. He can start stealing our stuff. Opponent can start...
You're just fuel for the fires of freedom.
Oh, making us discard. Sure. Kind of expected.
No steel.
I'd have expected you to steal a creature and attack with it, like Martyr of Dusk would have been awesome. It fits within the 3 or less, so even if we didn't block it, it would die and you would get a 1/1 lifelinker. Zealot. Alright, I think we're going to lose this. Well, that helps. I think we've got to get very aggressive now. Let's go with that. Definitely want Vampire. We have the City's Blessing, so they're also vigilant. Let's attack. They can block 1. So we'll send these 3 at Angrath so that he's dead no matter what. And then the rest of this stuff at, come on, the opponent's face. There we go. Still doesn't bode well for us. Right, not going to pay the life this time. Just going to let that thing die. Okay, Angrath is gone. They can attack us for 8. They can kill one of our things. I think Radiant Destiny, though, may have been what we needed to turn this corner. Also still think opponent definitely should have stolen Martyr of Dusk and attacked with it last turn, instead of making us discard. Alright, Glorybringer. Killing the other Conquistador. Alright. So we can attack. They'll block here. They'll take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They probably can't kill us next turn, and then we've got Call to the Feast. And if you're wondering, these warriors have vigilance on their own. Oketra's Monument just does that. Just taking it? Oh, okay, you blocked one of the smaller ones. Gotcha. Guess they wanted to remove a creature from the board permanently, and Martyr of Dusk would have given us a 1/1. And that's enough. Alright, opponent is on the play. I don't think we can keep this. We've only got one land. We've only got one land. No guarantee we'll draw a second, and it's one that does damage to us in any case. Let's mulligan. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, we'll keep a Zealot. Board presence plus drawing us some more cards. Oops, looks like we're against red again. And we don't really have any of our life linkers. Maybe Martyr of Dusk can serve that role if they don't have a Magma Spray. We're going to cycle this cast out. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that so we don't have to respond for the rest of the turn. All right, Radiant Destiny. We were actually looking for a land, but I guess that'll do. There's a land. Alright, Martyr of Dusk first for sure. Hopefully no Magma Spray from the opponent. Ferocidon, though. That's unfortunate. Alright, we will block. We can't gain life while that thing's in play, unfortunately, and we're going to take a damage from our guy dying. Sky Marcher Aspirant. Going to take a lot of damage here, but I don't really see an alternative. Taking 2 from this because of the Ferocidon. Right. Oh, did we play a land? Okay. Sky Marcher then? You know, end turn. At least now we can attempt to double block and kill. It does have menace too. This thing just has a lot of text on it. Alright, well, they have seen through my plan. The life gain doesn't do us any good if it's not able to trigger. Looks like opponent has gone hard on crafting Ferocidons. And it is doing them a lot of good in this match. Not that I think we'd be much better off if we could gain a life from this guy, but good game. Alright, we will certainly keep this. Opponent mulligans to 6. No 1-drop, so we'll start our aggressive things next turn. White from them. I think we'll go with the Vanguard since it attacks for more than the Martyr. Alright, cycling a cast out. We have shown our hand as aggressive, and cast out is less useful. Ooh, a mirror, perhaps. Indeed. Vanguard of their own. So now the question is, do we Dusk Legion Zealot to draw a card, or Legion Lieutenant to try to get in more damage? I think we want to draw a card. Would like to draw a land. Alright, didn't get there. So we'll go ahead and attack. I am going to attempt to let them trade with this. Alright, I'll pay it too then. Alrighty. If they hadn't paid the life, I'd have been happy to let them just trade. There is a lieutenant, sure. So we can block here, or we can take 4. We would go to 11. We can play our own lieutenant next turn and swing for 6. I think we're going to take this. Alright. Really, really, really could have stood to hit a land drop there. Let's actually attack with the Vanguard and then play Martyr. They're winning the damage race now. Martyr can help us with that as long as they don't have an exile effect or a way to make it not able to block. Alright, Queen's Commission. Alright, chooses not to attack. Alright, let's go Lieutenant ourselves. And we are also not going to attack. Right, there's another lieutenant. They are winning the lieutenant race. Also, I only have 2 lieutenants, so there is that. Let's block here. Then double block here. The only question is if we want to pay life to save this thing. Alright, so they're dealing damage here first. I think that's what this order means. Either way, I don't think we can afford to pay the 4. Nope, dealing damage here first. Okay. Oh no, I was right. Never mind. Vanguard survives. Sweet. Good to know that it does order it left to right on our screen too. Another Vanguard. We are very much on the defensive. A 3rd land, I mean, honestly, a 4th land would have us in very good shape. But as is, we are on our back foot and struggling to hang in this game. Alright, aspirant. Sure. Having to resolve that every time because Adonto Vanguard can be activated at every time, and the game tries to give us a chance to do that. Alright. I think we're going to block here. They're paying for life. I am not going to. Down to 7. There's a land. May be too late, but we're going to struggle and try to get back in this. Their board is much more robust than ours. And Sky Marcher is flying. They just got the city's blessing. I don't think that there's a way out of this game, to be honest. I think at this point they can just swing all out and we're just basically dead. Maybe not immediately, but we'll have to block so much that we will be. See, we can double block there, kill that. It's going to be 4 no matter what. So we have to block everything. Yep, that is a game. Good game, opponent. Alright, we'll keep this. We actually are going to hit 3 lands for sure this game, so I'm happy about that. Potentially another mirror as well. We'll see how that goes. Actually, I probably should have let off with Desert of the True there. Okay, blue-black. Playing Zealot for card draw then. Probably a control deck. Well, we're not going to make our mistake worse by not playing our second land and playing out Martyr. We could have played the Desert and played Sky Marcher there, but I think that's just incorrect. No blocks. Kite Cell, sure. Losing a Queen's Commission here. Yep, if I'd let off on Desert, I could have played Maverick this turn and generated a token. Let's go with this. Play our Desert. I need to pay attention to the names on these because I just see the kind of deserty art and in my head I assume it's Sheffet Dunes every time. Right, so they're trying to go black-blue mid-range, it looks like. See what they discarded. Slitherblade, Strategic Planning. They may be a God Pharaoh's Gift deck. Right, we definitely go Maverick. And then we'll swing with the Martyr. Even if they remove Maverick on their next turn, then we have a second Maverick to play and just do it again. Gate to the Afterlife. They are a God Pharaoh's Gift deck. How many creatures do you have? 2? I'm going to hold back to block. That's fine. Let's go to combat. We are going to swing with everything. We need to get you dead before you get God Pharaoh's Gift online. Right, putting some stuff in their graveyard. See. Yeah, we want to kill the Kite Cell Freebooter. It's going to shrink our team, which I think is fine. We get our Queen's Commission back. Then we can Conquistador or Queen's Commission. I think we're going to Queen's Commission. Just go super wide here. Chupacabra, sure. We've got another Maverick Fane. So they looted away a God Pharaoh's gift, which doesn't really matter. Gate to the Afterlife will let them get it from their graveyard. Alright, that is helpful. However, we're going to play Maverick Fane pre-combat. We'll attack with all that, which tokens don't trigger him anyway, so I guess that was a mistake, but we want to get him down. If we'd had a second black, it would have been Sanctum Seeker. We'll go with Sky Marcher. Another Champion of Wits, okay. Probably getting close to triggering Gate. There are 3, 4 in here right now. 5. So one more creature and they can fetch a God Pharaoh's gift. That's very good for us. Let's go Sanctum Seeker. And then we attack all out. And that may just be game. Yep, it is, unless they have removal. Ooh, alright, a few questionable plays that game, but we got there in the end. Okay, we will definitely keep this. Unfortunately, Forsaken Sanctuary will not let us play a turn 1 1-drop, but that's fine. Looks like we're up against Gruul. Maybe dinosaurs, maybe not. Pouncing Cheetah, okay. Well, we will certainly go with Martyr then. Again, hoping for no Magma Spray from the opponent. Alright, Earthshaker's pretty bad too. Looks like they're going with a similar build to a list that did well on the Magic Online Championships fairly recently. So the question is, are we now defensive? I think we are. They have gotten a better start than us due to being on the play. Unfortunately, we can only get 1 Conquistador as we have 3 in our hand. Much less good in that instance. Just going to pass here, try to block some. Yep, another Branch Walker. Branch Walker is so good. Right, got a mountain. And a third Branch Walker. We are getting buried in exploration triggers. There's a Magma Spray. That is sad. We know exactly where that thing's going. As such, we're going to try to get them to block. I very much doubt they're going to. This may stop them from using Magma Spray on this, though, to get their stuff through. Alright, decided not to block. Let's go with you. We'll play an Aspirant plus another Conquistador. Yep. Not going to search. We don't have any left. Radiant Destiny. A Lieutenant. Oketra's Monument. There's a lot of stuff that we could draw that would help us out a ton right now. Going for a Earthshaker Kinra, sure. Alrighty, well, we need to do some trading. We're going to do it with the bigger Branch Walkers. Take 6. Taking us down to 9. We don't want to kill the Kinras because they can eternalize and come back as 4/4s. Very much struggling to stay in this game. Again, we're going to attack with the Martyr. We do need to kill our opponent at some point if we manage to live long enough to do that. Yep. No need to search. We'll play out our Vanguard. And pass the turn. Didn't magma spray anything that was untapped at the end of our turn. Crasher. Yep. Think we're going to be dead here. Alright, the only question is what they're going to exert on. Probably one of the conquistadors. Yep. Then we will block you. Block you. We're not going to pay 4 life. Go to 5. Alright. So now we're going to hold Martyr back. They'll probably just kill it with the magma spray now. Let's play our last conquistador. And we will pass the turn and wait to see what our fate has in store for us. Mouth, okay. Just attacking. Want to give us a chance to block with Martyr? Sure. Well, it's good to know I'm not the only one who misplays. If they were going to kill that thing, they should have done it before attacking. Well, I mean, it doesn't get us back into the game, but at least it keeps us from being dead on board. Alright, 1 mana away from eternalizing the Kinra that's in the graveyard. And we're dead. Good game, opponent. Alright, I think that will do it for this episode. Still trying to grind away for cards to put other decks together, which is taking a lot longer than I suspected it would, but we'll just keep at it. At some point there is going to be a wipe of the accounts and we'll have to start over, so there is that to look forward to, wink wink. But until then, we'll just keep doing our thing. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below. It really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.